Hey guys, Arm&Gun here. I promised I was going to start doing 5-gun series once I hit 2,000 subs. I hit 2,000 subs about a week or so ago, so again, super pumped about that. Thank you guys so much, and here's what I said I was going to do. I said I was originally going to do the top 5 badass guns that civilians can own, but I'm trying to apply for some special licensing right now, and I figured that probably wouldn't be the most, effective phrasing for me to use at this point in time, so I thought I'd change my tune and go with the top 5 most innovative firearms to come out in the last 5 or so years, and also happen to be civilian legal and super badass. But anyways, we're going to start things off today with the USW. This is made by B&T, fantastic company in Switzerland. I love these guys. They are doing some really cool stuff. Shout out to Carl Brugger, who is just, he owns the company and he's killing it. They recently got a small anecdote here. I'm just going to break off for a quick second. Congratulations to them because they just got their APC 9 Pro. That just got picked up by the USWs for won their SCW, their subcompact weapon tender or competition, and they're adopting it now. So that's super sick. Super excited for B&T about that. That's awesome. I've actually got a video that I went to the Canadian distributor, Wolverine Supplies, and I got to see a bunch of cool Ruger and Thomas stuff. Go check out that video. I've got one on my IGTV on Instagram, but I've also got one here as well. I talk about a lot of their guns. I got them all up on a wall there, and I went through them all real quick. So anyways, back to this video, back to the innovative guns, the USW. Why it's on my list is it combined your everyday duty pistol, 9mm duty pistol, with a SBR, or I guess a pistol caliber carbine, SMG, whatever you want to call it. And it gives that functionality and control to the user right up front. So it's got a bridge here that allows you to put a stationary red dot sight. Typically RMRs or slide riders. Every time the slide you pop off around and the slide reciprocates, that optic is also reciprocating and flying back, flying into the shooter's face essentially. And that means you need to find a new shot, or even if you've got your slide rider out front like this, that every time that moves back and forth, it's disrupting your visual, so you got to reacquire your sight picture every time. This way you've got the stock, plant that into your shoulder, and the optic doesn't move. The slide goes inside that bridge, that housing, which is really cool. This, by the way, in its true form, this was a Sphinx. It's actually B&T's take on a Sphinx because they changed a few other things too. The lower module and whatnot, they're separate. This is a proprietary, a blended polymer construction. This is aluminum frame and then the steel slide. There's a lot of stuff going on there, but again, it's a sweet package, super cool gun. I have a whole video suite ready to drop on this gun, like field strip video, an overview video, and a shooting video. I just wasn't super happy with my shooting video, so I think I'm going to redo it here possibly this weekend, and then we'll pop that thing off in the next week or two here as well. Anyways, I just thought this gives the law enforcement officer the ability to go from, drawing from his holster, making ready, getting a sight picture, taking a shot, or all of a sudden the shot he has to take is all of a sudden too far now. He has to reach out past 25 yards. And, instead of going back to his cruiser to pull out a carbine, presses his finger, and he's now, can take a shot out to 75, 80 yards, I think is what they claim this to be. Maybe 90 yards, whatever. But it's pretty cool, super cool. That's why that made this list. Next up, we have the Sig Rattler. This thing, oh my gosh. What can I say? This thing is super cool. I've been in love with it since it came out. Finally got my hands on one this spring. I guess you call it a birthday present in a sense, but this is the SBR with the folding brace. You can also do the telescopic braces as well. There's a M4 adapter. There's lots of Sig is actually making a ton of cool brace systems for a pick rail adapter. And anyways, that's not the only reason that this gun is on this list. This gun is on this list because, well, Sig, I think, just knocked one out of the park with this weapon system in general. They wanted to really create a super compact firearm that still packed a punch, but didn't pack like this huge concussive, SBR 5.56 guns are freaking cool. I have lots of them and I really enjoy shooting them, but man, once I shot this thing, a 300 Blackout, I totally got a new appreciation for it. It's pleasant to shoot. It doesn't have this massive concussion coming off the round of the short barrel because it's efficient. the 300 blackout round, which is this guy right here, this was designed to be fired out of short barrels. This is still a supersonic round, 5.5-inch barrel. This 125 grain projectile is still going at like almost 1900 feet per second. That's crazy. And it's also, it's way more aerodynamic. So it carries that power downrange. It stays accurate, well, more accurate anyways, and carries that stopping power downrange. Really cool out of such a small platform. Again, that's cool in itself, but that's just, you know, that's integral to the round itself. What Sig did though, is they, inside this gun, they redesigned the typical, this is based off an AR-15 or an M4, M16, what have you. They redesigned the bolt carrier group so that, you know, instead of the bolt having to reciprocate into the stock way back here, preventing you from having a foldable system, well, you can get folding adapters for ARs as well. But this one can be fired while folded too. So again, they had a video for a while where they just showed this guy, you know, some Middle Eastern country or whatever. They had a guy just in plain clothes with a little side bag, and just basically, you know, officers came from one side, and then he was just like, you know, this covert dude whipped this out of his side bag and boom, 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 then pulled the stock out, boom, boom, boom. So that's pretty cool. Having that capability all in there. I guess just to show really quickly, demonstrate, this is an AR-15. Oops. This is an AR-15 with 11-inch barrel, and it's huge. Even if you consider the fact that, okay, this has 5.5 inches of barrel on this thing, still the fact that you can, you know, this gun is usable like this. Let's reposition this here to make a bit more sense. This gun is usable like this. This gun is usable like this. Even if you give it the benefit of the doubt of 5.5 inches of barrel, still, you've got all this going on here. This is a 416, basically a 416, the civilian version of the HK 416. And this thing is super freaking cool. I love it. But the Rattler, just in its role, it does it so well. It's kind of a new role. It's come out, and this gun just encapsulates all of that firepower in such a small package. Just to show the USW next to it, like, this is small, this isn't really that much bigger. So part of that's just this ridiculous Surefire 60 round coffin mag, but honestly, such a cool platform. And again, just as I think I forgot to mention this earlier, here's your 300 blackout, here's your 5.56 round. So you can get a 5.56 kit for this gun now as well, which is cool. But again, 300 blackout, just, it makes sense in an SPR. So that's why that made this list. I just think they did such a great job of packaging that round into this awesome little firearm. So I will set that aside, and we'll bring out our third contender. Well, finalist, I guess. These are all just the top 5 most innovative guns in the last 5 years. And we have the Fightlight MCR belt-fed AR-15 up AR-15. Basically, this is the saw killer. It was dubbed because half the weight, half the price of a M249 saw. Saw standing for squad automatic weapon. And again, I got a ridiculous 100 round Surefire magazine on that one, just for looks. You can also toss in a 60 round D60 drum mag just for looks. But really the point of this gun is the fact that it's a belt-fed upper. So that's the point of this thing. Belted 5.56 would just go on the tray, and that's the gun. Canada, I'm unfortunately limited to 5 rounds of my current licensing. Currently working on that. Might be able to change that here so I can start doing more than 5 rounds in some of these videos. Start playing some other fun stuff, but that's still, the community's still out on that one. But such a cool gun. They didn't focus a lot on the lower, I don't think, other than just making it, you know, some lightning cuts, and it looks good. This is the Fightlight logo there. Nice handguard. This is a piston system again. It's got a piston off to the side. That's pretty slick. It's actually a quick change barrel. And the only difference, the only thing that prevents you from dropping this entire upper, because all the magic is really in the upper, and side charging upper too, which is pretty slick, and it's non-reciprocating. But basically all that there is you can see how thick this is. Well, it's just a bolt catch, and they ship you a bolt catch, a minimalist one, so that it doesn't get in the way. And that's really it. But then you don't have a bolt paddle, but they solve that problem too. They also sell I think a can't over, but there is a full paddle for them as well. Otherwise, just do that and she's closed. Just a mil-spec trigger. Nothing to write home about, but again, it's AR, so you can toss whatever you want in there, which is really cool. I guess I meant to do this really quick while I had that back, is demonstrate the barrel removal procedure. There's also, I don't have a little handle on here, but they do ship with a handle, or they actually, you can buy a handle. All you do is depress that little button right there. Barrel pops right off. This is the 12-inch SBR one. Quite like this thing. It's quite a handy, sweet little package being like this. And I believe they're working on a micro right now as well. That will just pops right back in again. Just make sure you have your bolt group back. But they're working on a micro now too, like a 300 blackout that's like, this is 3 slots. I think it's like a 2-slot version handguard. Pretty slick. I would like one of those as well. Please and thank you someday. Anyways, again, the fact that they put all that firepower into this small, efficient system, because it runs off mags, it runs off belts. Again, half the weight, half the price of an FN SCAR Mini-Me, or FN, sorry, SAW or Mini-Me. And that's just pretty cool. And you get all the pluses. You're not stuck with some clunky SAW stock. You can put whatever stock you want, provided it clears that charging handle, which unfortunately I couldn't put my favorite Gen 1 UBR stock, which is on this LVOA right here. Just dropped an LVOA set of videos as well. Go check those out, please and thank you. This is my favorite stock system, and I would have loved to have a black one set aside for this guy. Unfortunately, it gets in the way of the side charging handle, but I can't complain too much because I do love side charging handles, and I love this little flippy boy right there. Anyways, I digress. This is still a cool stock, this M4 SOCOM Ace Tactical or Ace stock. Okay, enough talking. This thing, super cool, made the list. Next, we have the Desert Tech Covert. Now, there's a Gen 2 of this gun out. This is the Gen 1, but man, this thing is freaking cool. This is the 338 version, but it's also got a quick change barrel system, and I've got a little 308 barrel here for it as well, which this is a 16-inch 308 barrel. It's literally just 4 bolts, and then you throw this thing in there. Pretty slick. But this is the 18-inch 338 and muzzle brake, and man, this thing does put off a bit of a concussion, but such a slick, like, so cool. This thing is like literally like 30 inches long or so, and this packs 338 power. So 338 Lapua Magnum. This thing is effective out to longest confirmed kill, I think, was with an Accuracy International AIAW Super Magnum. 300 Lapua Magnum as well. And I think that was out like 2,500 yards by some British fella, 2475, something like that. So obviously that was a 27-inch barrel. This is an 18-inch barrel. You're going to lose some velocity off of that, but still super capable gun inside 1,000 yards, probably even beyond that, definitely beyond that. But they make longer versions as well. You can do the full-length barrels with these as well. I just like how small this thing is and how much power you can pack, again, into a small package. Always enjoy that. This is the new Zero Compromise 527 optic. This is really, actually, it's a bit overkill, I think, for this platform. They've also got a 420, which I think is the shortest ultra compact that there is. It's like 12.5 inches or something like that. I'm excited. I got one of those on order in another spur mount. I'm pretty excited for that. My buddy Tom at Go Big Tacticals is working that out for me, and pretty excited to get that on here. That's what will eventually be the host of this. This gun will be the host for that optic. But again, these are a company in the States. The glass is Austrian. Basically, a couple guys broke off from Night Force and Collis, and I believe they did their own company, and they're doing everything they want to do right, and I think that's fantastic. So anyways, I didn't come here to talk about the optic. I came here to talk about the gun, and the gun is super cool. Again, all that capabilities inside such a small gun, that's why it's on this list. Pretty friggin' cool. Now, the last one, number 5, and I've got a bonus one too. But number 5, you've definitely seen before. I've got other videos of it on here. And that's unfortunate. Ugh. The GM6 Links, made by Sero in Hungary. This thing, believe it or not, actually, I'm going to zoom out my camera a little bit here. There we go. This thing is 36 inches, believe it or not. And man, it's a bit heavy right now, but it's 25 pounds plus the optic here, which is an Elcan Spectre DR, which I love these optics. 1.5 to 6. Not really the most appropriate optic, probably for this guy, though it gets the job done. I might throw that 527 on this guy once I get the 420 on the covert, but nonetheless, super cool gun. 50 BMG, 338 next to a 338 Lapua, which is Alaska. There's a pretty big difference there, but 50 BMG, semi-automatic, fits within 36 inches. Mind-bogglingly cool. I've got a nice long video talking all about this gun on my YouTube here already. So I'm not going to get into much detail with that. This video is already 15 minutes long, so I'm going to probably cut it pretty much there. But frick, this is semi-automatic, 50 BMG, and it's man-portable. You can have this, you can walk out of the vehicle with this thing because you can tuck the barrel in, you can throw it in a loaded mag. All you do is press this button up here, this little barrel catch, and then you're going to see your barrel's going to fly forward. Once your barrel locks home, it releases the bolt. That's going to slide forward and chamber around if there's a loaded mag up in there. So, demonstrate this. Super quick, a bit loud, but man, that is a beast of a gun. And again, I've got a full video on this thing already. I'm going to do a shooting video with this thing right away and get that live as well. Please subscribe, be along for the ride, because I got lots of cool content coming, lots of other cool guns I haven't shown yet. And if you like this kind of stuff, check me out on Instagram at arm.and.gun, because I post there daily. I do the whole story thing. I do daily posts, and it's a lot of fun. So you get an idea of what else is in my collection, what other videos I'm going to do if you go on there first. So I'm going to cut her there. Thanks so much, guys. I will catch you next time. Peace out. And I totally walked away and forgetting the bonus gun, the Sig MPX. This gun I also believe was a bit of a game changer for the PCC world. Pistol caliber carbine, that is. This gun came in and just kind of took a new look at the platform, and they did a lot of things right. So you got AR controls, which are pretty cool. They got this, again, they did a lot of good work with their stock technology at the time. Everything runs off of a pick rail back here, and there's more and more guys designing pick rail adapters for more guns now because these stocks just work really well on lots of guns. But anyways, what Sig did that's cool about this, apart from employing a very natural set of controls into their platform, was that they did a locked breech. So this is a F5 manufacturing 50-pound drum pinned to 5 because I'm in Canada. That's just for looks. It's cool. It's a nice quality drum, all aluminum, but they came with these fancy Lancer mags. Again, I don't need to talk about this gun too much. I got a full video suite already on this gun. I got a shooting video. I've got all the other videos, disassembly, overview, everything. So check those out if you want to know more about this gun. But basically, why it's here is because they did a locked breech. So lower recoil, more consistent lockup, more accuracy. That's all that stuff leads to. Nice, awesome ambi controls. I don't know why they still haven't put this control on the Rattler, because it really needs it. Though, sneak peek, or quick information here, Sig has debuted their new Spear 308 rifle, which is basically a scaled up MCX platform, and that does have this bolt release. So I'm excited about that. Probably means that they're going to release new versions of all these guns. I don't have to, sell all these and buy new ones, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So anyways, again, awesome controls, locked breech action. It's actually got a tap-it piston system inside of it too, kind of a hybrid piston system, which is pretty cool, and very modular design. Again, also it did away with that the AR15 style, because there's also the Department of Energy DOE carbine or PCC that existed since friggin' like the 80s or something. Super cool. I love those things too. But again, this did away with that whole buffer tube, so you've got a really compact system. It's just awesome. They really revolutionized the PCC when they put this thing together. So I like it, and it's led to other great things, maybe independently, I'm not sure. But like you got things now like the APC9, the APC9 Pro, which I friggin' love too. And I need to get one of those in here because that would also be in this list. Anyways, thanks again, guys. Second sign off. Peace out.